Kia ora and welcome to ARCC Resett TV Talk. I am really very excited to be your host today, Aban Kemia Jagyor. And I am with not my guest, but my dedicated ARCC staff today. And I am with
Nina.
And point.
Thank you so much for just introducing yourself, Nina and Punch. Can you give me a little bit more?
Yes, I'm Nina. I'm the Community Service Coordinator here at ARCC.
For me, I'm the Operations Manager of ARCC.
Thank you so much, boss. Today we are in the Resett TV Talk Season 2, Episode 8. And in Episode 8, we will be discussing about ARCC Community Service Support Service. So as many of you might be now familiar with ARCC Resett TV Talk, so we will be discussing a very important topic about how ARCC help the community to overcome their retirement challenges. So now we will be just highlighting some of what Nina she's been dealing with, and also what Ponchi also been dealing with. So tell me, Nina, in your own words, what are the challenges when it comes to community service within ARCC?
I think one of the biggest challenges I've seen so far is probably misinterpretation from the community members themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, when they're resettling in New Zealand and getting used to New Zealand life, there's just a lot of misinterpretation from their own understanding, I guess.
So which just means some of the community, they're having a challenge to having a proper information in the way how to access services?
Yeah, I don't know if it's lack of information or misinterpretation of the information.
Yeah, I think Point as well, you're familiar with this because we know in the past that you deal with a lot of the issue when it comes to support services. Can you share with us what are the challenges you experienced before, or some things wishes you need to share with our lovely audience?
Yes, just add on to what Nina said, accessing the information or the services, the key challenge. So the community members, they are looking for, and they are, they're looking for like a navigation. That's where our community navigators, now as a community support workers, play a crucial role, because they the community members, the challenges they face are someone to go, to be with them, alongside with them, guide them through, supporting them through, whether the language barrier or accessing the service, and just someone to be with them along the process. It's very important. Like through that community navigators or the support workers, they would be able to get, no longer miss, interpretation of the information.
Yeah.
They can receive the right information. They can get the right direction. Like if you need the service, go there, and they can guide the support and the clear support and the guidance.
Yeah, I think we experience some of the community members who come to the office in a way how to access their support online, because for those who are under the social welfare systems, I remember some of the cases which is I've been sharing to give advice, and I think Nina or yourself being able to take them through the systems and the way how did they access because work and income sometimes support those the vulnerable families with some of the support, and what they do, they put some of money in their account, but they don't know how to access it. So when they come to ARC's office, you being able to help them and also train them for the next time how they're going to be able to access it themselves, rather than go and find someone to be able to help them. Those are kind of the small thing that our community they should be able to aware. And for some people who are outside there and also who would like a support when it comes to the resettlement process, ARCC here to be able to support many as we can, and as we also having our own challenge as an organization in the way how we will be able to secure resources. When I say resources, not only funding, but to have human resource like Nina, someone who have New Zealand live experience, who have educated herself within New Zealand, know the system and know the community, and then bridge the gap between the mainstream services and our community members. So within ARCC, we know we are bridging that kind of the gap. But the most importantly, if Nina, you can tell us more about how you are sitting within your roles as a community service coordinator, coordinating different services within ARCC. How did you find that so far?
Yeah, so far so good, I guess. Coming in, I didn't really expect it to be this kind of like hands-on, I guess. But yeah, we get to kind of become real close to the community members. They open up to us, they tell us their stories and what they're struggling with, what their challenges are, what help they need, and so I'm able to listen to their stories, able to capture it, write their stories, write their support letters. We are also agents of their work and income cases.
Yeah.
So we can act on behalf of them, answering calls or filling out forms, helping them in even like small basic help they need, like for example what you said, like the phone apps and yeah. So it's really rewarding to see what we can do, even the small things, and putting a smile on their faces.
I think that's awesome. This is one of the always highlight, I think, for ARCC staff when someone come in and they having, because we do understand we have two services in terms of when we talk about the community support services, those who come to our office who need help, and also we go to the community to engage with the community leaders. So for those who have opportunity and reach ARCC always, they get help, and not just only a community, but other service providers and mainstream services that refer to ARCs to help those community members in terms of filling the form of citizenship, or filling the form of immigration, or filling the form, any sort of the form that our community members, they're not able to do it because of the lack of the language. ARCC is able to do that, and also work and income, accessing benefit. There is some of the agent form and the housing as well. Those are the help ARCC always deal with.
Yeah.
And I am aware of not the challenges, but our engagement with our community members. It gives us a sense is that we do what always we do based on their need. It's not just something we assume we are helping the community, but our service being face to face. And I remember some of you was being in the office, and 3 or 4 cases one day, and the office was very warm. Of every corner in the office here was really very busy, and that's the time where we said, okay, now if we try to find a way how we make appointment, and then we find out it's not easy to do that because they come based on the immediate need and no one outside there helping them. So ARCC tried to adjust with that. In your own words, how do you share sort of the highlight already you want to share with some of the community members you have help that will motivate those people who are really isolated and they can't come out from their comfort zone to reach out for help? And also the same things might be to you, Ponch, in terms of how do you motivate those community members who are really, really shy to come out to access the services we are providing? What message you're going to give them?
I think it's more like us, like, being welcoming, being approachable. That's very important. Even like small things like facial expression, your gesture, like it speaks a lot, how the person is being, I can approach her easily, I can approach him easily, and then building trust. So first we need to build trust among with the community members. Only when you trust that person, you are you will open up your the story and ask any support that you will need. So yeah, I would. We are very friendly. Yes. So please do reach out to us, and like you have said, feeling the small things. I've the other day one of the community member called, and then she was asking, but the case has already. She has already done. She was doing the car repair, and then she has already repaired her car. But I encourage her that next time, it's she said that, oh, I feel bad that to bother you all the time. Some people might feel that, oh, you go, asking small things. But I told her that it's okay. It's just maybe take 1 minute or 2 minutes just to suggest. If you are not sure, just call us, text me, and then just say that, oh, is it appropriate to go there, or is it a good amount to repair the car with this price? I can recommend, or maybe I can find something that she would be able to afford to do the repair before doing that. So sometimes I can see that people feel a little bit like feeling bad that oh, I might bother her if I ask small things, but it's okay, we are here to support. The small things matters.
Yeah. And like I think personally I feel more rewarding when I help in the smaller things compared to the big things. Like even the smallest things, we are here to help you and translate for you, even if it's just like one sentence or something that you don't understand. Also, we're always it's a walk-in, so you don't always have to make appointments. So if you have something urgent you want to solve, you need help with, you're welcome to just walk in, and we can do our best to help you.
Thank you so much, both. I think the message is clear. If I need to say it in my own way as well, is about coming to ARCC and access service. I think is your space, because what we always trying to establish is just engaging and enabling them to ensure that they're accessing the services they're entitled to. And also we make sure they know their right and they know the entitlement in terms of accessing the services. One of the things that I do encourage our audience, and especially those in the community, is that ARCC actually has been established to ensure the voice of our communities need to be heard. So we are a community organization, and we belong to you. You are the listeners, to ensure that you approach us whatever kind of the need you need. We are here to support you in terms of making sure that your resettlement process or integration to New Zealand society is our purpose, being as our organization. So now we will need to stop, and we will come back to you. We're going for a break, and you will hear more from Nina and Ponch about ARCC Community Support Services. Thank you. Welcome back, team, to ARCC Resett TV Talk. Now we will be discussing about the experience. And what I mean by experience is some things which is you have learned, and something also you will be able to become a knowledge where you can be able to share it with people. My question to both of you, if you can give me one or two example of the experience you have helping a community member within a community service we have at ARCC. So the floor is open. Whoever going to start, you are most welcome.
Yeah, for me, I was the, should I use the former?
Yes, yes.
Yes, a community service coordinator before I took this operations manager role. So I've also handled quite a lot of community cases before. So I think one of the example would be the immigration, case that, like you've mentioned before about filling up a form that where the community members needed, because even like people with like good English or anything, like going on immigration website and finding and navigating yourself, it's
Yeah.
a bit challenging.
Yeah, yeah,
And then also filling out a form to understand, because when you submit the form, there are checklists and attachments that you need to submit along with the application form, whether we help with a visitor application form, we have help with the partnership application form, family reunification. That's the most one of the common forms that we help
support,
yes fill out. And then also there are some informations that the community members don't understand. For example, the criteria of the family reunification. It's might be out there, but they don't fully understand, who are eligible to apply or what are the categories. So that's how we bridge that gap. And also for me, I built the relationship with some of the immigration officers from the refugee family support category, so
Branch.
that I have a regular email contact with them, so that when the community member have that, brought up that issue, and I'm applying for the family reunification, and can I bring my daughters and her children, so that's where I can just email to the immigration officers and then ask them that question, and it's very getting the reply back. They would explain me, these are the categories, these are the eligibilities and things like that, and then I was able to explain it to the community members so that they understand what the criteria are, and if it is eligible. There was one case that I've been helping, to put the family tier 2 family reunification application together. So it's in the process, and making sure that they are things that birth certificate, a passport of the people back home, the family back home, getting the medical examination done, that kind of things. So hopefully in a few months that application would be able to submit. Yeah.
What about you, Nina?
Yes, I was also able to help a family who wasn't able to receive like full benefits that they're entitled to due to language barriers mostly. So this mother and son, the son was stopped studying and he stopped receiving the student allowance, and so they wanted
During the period of the break.
yes.
Yeah.
And so they weren't they didn't have knowledge of
How to transition from
yes.
work and income to studying.
Yeah.
the benefit name I forgot.
Job seeker benefit.
Yeah.
Job seeker support.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you're on a study break and you're like looking for a job.
Yes.
And so they weren't aware of that, and so we introduced them to that and told them they're eligible. You can apply for this during the son's study break. We also reached out to AUT, the son's study provider, and we asked him to provide evidence of how his study has stopped for now, but he will continue in the later year. And so, we were able to help them fill out forms, call the AUT, call Work and Income, go to Work and Income for the visits, and he's now receiving the job seeker support. So I was able to help with that as well. Also with housing cases, I've also been able to help community members who come here, and then I listen to their story, I write their story, I write support letters, that they submit to their housing applications. And then we also have called the housing assessment line together with Faisal, our community support worker. And there they can tell us like their rating criteria breakdown. So there's 5 categories, and we ask them which categories this family needs to work on, and so that we can increase the rating. So from there, I've been also myself introduced to something called budget report. So we take I researched on Google, like where can I get a budget report and stuff, and so I found one, Ranui Baptist Community Care, and that's where I've been referring other community members to go
those
there,
services. Yeah.
to help with their priority rating increase.
Yeah, I think both of you had given practical experience in terms of immigration, how to deal with immigration, because it's not easy accessing immigration services, and especially for those who are not familiar with internet or communicating with email. Even sometimes you have a phone call, it's not easy to be picked up. So this is some of the challenge within services. There are 2 things which I need to share with the audience, is that finding services is one challenge, accessing services is another challenge. So this is a kind of the information we share with our community, is that some of our community, they don't know some of the services already exist. So for them to find is a challenge, for them to access is a challenge. So those are kind of the information which we share with the community members, and encouraging them just to reach out and try to find someone who will be able to help them, whether it was in ARCC or whether it was other service provider was in the resettlement sector. I think also it will be appropriate for both of you as well to, based on your experience, what one word you can describe to say to the community, because I heard before you said it feels real when you see a smile in someone you give help. What's your experience? What a word of encouragement you want to give to those who did not reach ARCC yet, but you need them to come out from the comfort zone to reach ARCC and give support as you've given to other community members?
You are welcome here. This is a safe space.
Me.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we're here to help you with what we can. So we can listen to your story. We can advocate for you. We can write a support letter story. Help you with interpretation, filling out forms. Yeah, this is a safe space. We're here for you, ready to listen to your stories.
What about you, Point?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, we not only would help you navigating the services that you need or the support that you need. Also, we want to take you to another level that, empower yourself. Like I think you've mentioned before that this time we help, right? We support. But at the same time, we want to show how you can be done by yourself in the future, not relying to us like all the time. So a few times, yes, we were able to help and advocate, Of course, we will be always here. If you need, you can come back anytime. But we also want the community members to be independent, empower themselves, and, do things on their own.
Aban says 10 times a day. If you can't help yourself, we can't help you.
Yeah, the reason for that is that sometimes you want to help, and you can see people who need that help, but they don't understand it. If you help them, they will not appreciate it, because that's the experience we already have with our community. You give them the services or you give them the help they need, but they can't value it. At least someone said, identify their need and say, I need help in this. And this is what they see the value in it. And the most important, we encourage community leaders, when it comes to community leaders who have community members, they get help, is that to ensure always we try to encourage people is not to always give them something in their hand. There are two ways of that, give and take. So for us, we teach them how to just to get a fish by themselves, not feeding them all the time. So that's the way we encourage our community when we give them the services. Whether we give advice or whether we help them for the first time or second time or third time, but always our support services attached to knowledge in a way that how we will be able to give them the tools and the knowledge to equip themselves in order for them to become independent. So if you remember when we talk at ARCC office here for our audience, ARCC Community Support Service is not only Aban here or Nina or Point. We have other colleagues within ARCC team. We always we encourage to make sure that whatever we support, it just that kind of the support always attached to Minakitanga. So the hospitality that and the kindness and the love that we extend our services to our community is the most important. So having that or saying that we are not here to try to not to undermine other services outside there, but what we experience at ARCC here is a thing real, especially for experience you just have shared. I have my own experience, but today is not my turn, it's your turn. And I'm here just hosting you, and you are my guest. And I know that there are things you can talk about, and especially Nina. I know you talk a lot, but in this episode, I think you reduce your yes. So I need to excuse myself for that, and also I don't want you to be shy because your manager around there. And I want you
Squeeze
to
in between.
exactly. So I want you just to be someone, Nina, that the community always. I want to go to ARCs. I want to talk to Nina because some occasions, some people come to the office. If we want to hold them, they say, "No, we need Nina." So be that Nina, and I know this is not your first time as well to be at ARCC Resett TV Talk, and you will have more opportunity as well to communicate with the community. We're going to stop here for a break, and we will come back for more about ARCC community services in future and in current time. So thank you for listening. Welcome back to Resett TV Talk. Thank you for listening to us. Now we will be able to reflect on the role of Nina and Ponch, and also their experience within community support services within ARCC. I think we need to look at future in terms of what other underpinned programs and project ARCC run to support the community to be able to really find the services and also access the service in an appropriate manner. We also learned through the experience that there is a need more for community support service, whether in networking or connecting, because we get to experience that within the resettlement sector, there are self-referral from other regions returning to Auckland to live in Auckland here. So those cases as overwhelming our office because to give example was self-referral families or individuals, they come back to Auckland here without prepare in terms of planning where they're going to stay and houses, all those things. They have high expectation how the government should be able to take obligation to fulfill the need, which is some of the family have, and some of them they're not aware they have some of responsibility toward action or toward the decision they make in their families. And those things ARCC experienced really, really well in terms of how we advise them, in terms of how we support them to get the houses. So now I think it will be appropriate to ask a genuine question. It's not a hard question for you, team. So don't be nervous. I will be easy on you. My question is that what ARCC underpinned services in terms of the program or project that might respond as a solution to those families when it comes to community support services at ARCC?
So it's it's my role as operations manager. I also oversee the ARCC programs, mainly Member Leadership Network, Women Leadership Network, and Elderly Social Hub. And Nina is the lead for the Youth United Voice. So for our Member Leadership Network, that's for our community leaders from
Our monthly meeting.
Yeah, monthly meeting, and like we are going to do the leadership coaching in the new year for the leaders. So that's where we would be able to equip the leaders to be able to for them to support their community members again. So because like you have said, we have lots of different cases, which is like coming, overwhelming. And also a lot of the cases are quite new. New cases means like the community members who arrived like recently, less than a year, they are definitely needing guidance, and then they are looking for more of the community support services, and also like a community support worker who can, walk alongside with them, take them to the services, how to access the information. So they really, and then also the language barriers, so the interpreters are also important. So when we have the community support worker who can speak the language, that's the
make it easier.
Yes, so definitely. And for those reasons, we need more community support services in the sector, community support workers in the sector. But at the same time, we would like to equip those community leaders so that they can definitely support the community members and also the new arrivals, guiding them through the services and getting the informations needed. And yes, definitely. So that's for the Member Leadership Network. And for the Women Leadership Network, we have a small group, like 10 to 15 women gathering. That's also monthly. That's also monthly. And for example, like the last sessions that we had, it's making soup, making the Middle Eastern soup together. So that's from the community itself as well. So one of the community member, she taught all of us how to make the Middle Eastern soup. So we come together, everybody doing small things, peeling the garlic, cutting the bread, making everything together while, we're chit-chatting about our lives.
Good exercise.
yes, definitely. And then some of them, for example, like they're like, oh, that's the soup that reminds me of my country, and then I would like to have a recipe, and then we are asking for the recipe, and we want to make it
in your
at
own
home
house
and share with our family again, and while also having soup together. That's a conversation over meal is always fun. So we talk about our cultures, we talk about our religion. So it was really fun conversation while having really delicious food. Myself really enjoy the soup that we
enjoyed
made.
it more than them.
Yes. So probably Nina, you can talk
For you,
about
Nina, about the Youth United Voice. What are the things that young people outside in our community who will be interested to be part of Youth United Voice, and what are example of the thing that young people do and enjoy the most to be part of the program?
Yeah. So far this year we've had a pizza night, movie night with pizza. Sorry. We've had a sports day. We've had a volleyball girls tournament, and upcoming in January we have a boys tournament for volleyball again. So that we have an event every month, once a month, and all youth are welcome. So from age 15 to 30, all youth are welcome, and it's just a platform where you can show your leadership skills.
Can I join?
I think you're a little bit over the age, but yeah, your daughters and sons can. Yeah, it's just a platform where you can feel a sense of belonging as well. So if you don't have like a community or somewhere like a group you can go to where you do those things like movies or sports, then you can come to ARCC Youth United Voice, which we run once a month.
Thank you so much, Tim. I think for ARCC future community support services, I think we reach to the stage of the maturity how we will be able to help our community most, because the approach we are going to take is that we have a capacity within the organization that we can deliver a quality services to our community. So hearing what both of you were saying about the program, Members Leadership Network, monthly meetings, coming and exchange the information, inviting other services to come and promote their services in that platform, it's really help in terms of finding the services and how those services can be accessed. It's the same things as well, having a platform where the women come and just for being just a woman and just enjoying what they need to do as a woman. I think it's really very important. Excuse me. Also for the young people as well. All those platforms, it gives a sense of just identifying the need and then communicating with ARCC. So that gives us each every group or each every program a voice where ARCC will be able to advocate and find some of the resources or some of this information or misinterpretation that can be corrected or can be claimed, and at the same time as well we provide the education or awareness where we engage in acting in a way how we lead people out of their ignorance, because in our community we have a lot of people who are still in the process of recovering to discover what New Zealand can offer for them in terms of negative mindset and also what do you call it, some of the challenge that people are still is really hold back because of what happened in the past. So I hope this episode 8, season 2, he will be able to give some of the information that our community might need to reach out to ARCC or other service providers. Before we conclude our Resett Talk today, there is anything each one of you want to share with our audience in terms of we are in the end of the year, and I think season 2 and episode 8 is that it will conclude the end of the year for ARCC. So if you have any word of encouragement or word of the end of the year to our audience and ARCC as well. So I think this is the opportunity for you to say, and I will start with you, Nina, because you are a very special guest for us today. So what your word of encouragement to our audience and especially our community? We are reaching to the end of the year.
Just general encouragements. Just be kind, I guess. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Yeah. And also, I just want to say, I'm probably the newest staff of ARCC, and it's been an amazing experience. I think it's been 6 months meeting everyone here and working with everyone. Everyone's been saying recently that I was not the same person as the one who walked in the interview. So I don't know, but yeah, it's been great. Yeah, it's been lovely meeting everyone here, and yeah, enjoy the holidays. Spend time with family and friends.
Thank you, Nina. Punch.
For me, just looking back the year, for everyone, there might be ups and downs, but let's take and reflect, on it. Every down, just think that we've made it. So just take the positive vibe with you to the new year, because there'll be great things. So just have can-do attitudes. And I just want to advertise a little bit that our new resident magazine volume 4 is coming up. So this is the 4th volume, and this will be the 16 stories that we've been featuring for the newcomers to this country, or even for all the community members. So everyone can do and become what you want. Just if you have a positive mindset, work on it. We are here to help you if you need any help, but also you can do it yourself as well. So empowerment.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Punch. It was my pleasure to host this season 2, episode 8. My takeaway from community support services conversation today, I think, it's really it gave a platform for us to do more in a way that how we will be able to respond to our community need. And I know during the year, you put it well, point that there was up and down in terms of our organization is structured to the new platform where we're operating now, and also putting our house in the order at the same time as well, refreshing some of the work that we've been doing behind the scenes to ensure that we're meeting the need of our community support. And I get to experience each and every individual of ARCC staff in terms of characters, in terms of the value they start bring as well to the organization. Sometimes people might relate to say, oh, you've been here for ARCC for long, but what people they don't understand is that being for long, I think, is the richness what the people bring and just add value to that. Because I used to say to Faisal is that we are moving from being dependent to independent. And he was saying, what do you mean to that? And I said, in the past, I used to provide a lot of energy to charge other people. But now I don't have energy. I'm trying to have people with energy to charge me back. And he said, I don't know if there are people who will be able to do that. And I said, yes, there are people. So now to confirm to ARCC is that during the year we've been able to recharge one another, and especially Nina was saying she's a new person, but I might be a new person in a way that how we can reverse the role of how the team become a real team compared to what I experienced in our organization, because we were lucky to have the external professional input to be added to ARC the way how we operate, and especially with we have HR, and also we having marketings, and we have some of other experts who come along to make sure that the capacity of the organization need to meet the standard of professional moving forward. And we have new position as well within the ARCC stuff. So for me, the end of the year, I think the word I can say is that has been a positive journey for myself, and also for some of the community members who've been helping by you as a community support service team, because I was witnessing a lot of the positive feedback for the families and individuals who get help, because now we have people in the house. And the challenge always is going to be the resources which we are seeking to ensure that how we maintain the staff to ensure that they do the job which they're supposed to do. So finger crossed, next year we hope to be a positive year as well. And I do believe that everything in life happened for a reason. So I'm pleased to have a full team of being 8 full team, and also to extend our thank you to the board as well behind our work, and the community leaders who've been part of the monthly meetings. And I think 2023 is a year of highlight for ARCC, and especially recently we have conducted a very successful Auckland Resettlement Sector Summit, which is it's turned a very positive way of just ending the end of the year with that note. And also we're looking forward for our team with the lead of our media and communication manager about what they're going to produce for us and to share with the public. At the same time, also, we are very excited to look forward for our end of the year block party. So the year has been full, and the only I can say here is that thank you for every individual staff of ARCC. You shape our organization to the standard of how we will be able to maintain and improve our practice moving forward. And also, we have the opportunity to have a platform where our voice can be heard. Thank you for someone who taking the videos. I don't mention names, but it's watching me.
Watching us.
It's a director. It's a lot of them you can say, but you can't describe him. But it's really we reach to the extent to say we have a family that we can rely to one another. So thank you, team, for your time, and thank you for your input to the conversation. And for our audience, thank you so much. Always you've been patient for us, and thank you for watching ARCC Resett TV Talk always. And this is your space where you can hear our voice. And I will stop here. And Happy New Year to all of you.
See
Thank
you all
you.
next year.
Yeah.